Welcome to VLearn Advanced Operating System session number 13. In this session we will going to cover about the security of an operating system. Now the different topics covered in the session are computer and network security, type of threats, computer system assets, protection, access metrics, ID password security, intrusion detection, malicious program, digital immune system, Trojan horse defense, access token. Now starting with computer and network security and its requirement. Confidentiality. It requires information in computer system only be accessible for reading by authorized parties. Integrity. It is an assets that can be modified by authorized parties only. Now availability. The assets available to the authorized party. Authentication. Authentication is required that a computer system will be able to verify that the user is identified, is authenticated or not authenticated. Now the types of threats. Interruption. An asset of the system is destroyed as it becomes available or unusable. Attack on availability. Destruction of hardware, cutting off communication line, disabling the file management system. These are different type of threats to an operating system. Interception. An unauthorized party gain access to an asset when an attack on confidentiality or wiretapping to capture the data in a network, illicit copying of file or a program. Types of threats. Modification. An unauthorized party not only gain access but tampers with the assets, attacking the integrity of the system, changing the values in the data file and altering a program so that it can perform differently, modifying the content of message being transmitted on the network. Fabrication. It is an unauthorized party insert counterfeits objects into the system, attack on authenticity, insertion of the spurious message in a network, addition of records to a file. Now computer system assets. Computer system contains hardware and software. The hardware threats include accidental and deliberate damage, and the software threat includes deletion, alteration, damage. Backup of the most recent version can maintain higher availability. Now data. Data is also a computer assets. It involves files, security concern for availability, secrecy and integrity. The statistical analysis can lead to determination of individual information which threatens the privacy. Now the computer system assets. Some of the other computer system assets are communication line, networks, passive attacks, release of message contents for a telephone conversation, an electronic mail message, and a transferred file are subjected to these kind of threats. Traffic analysis. It is the encryption mask that contains the transferred of so many obtained by someone that would be unable to extract information. Communication lines and networks. It is an active attack to masquerade the that masquerade takes place when one entity pretends to be a different entity. It involves the passive capture of a data unit and its subsequent retransmission to produce an unauthorized effect. The modification of messages mean that some partition of a legitimate message is altered or that message are delayed or reordered to produce an unauthorized effect. Communication lines and network. These are active attacks. The modification of messages means that some portion of the legitimate message is altered or that message is delayed or reordered to produce an unauthorized effect. Denial of services prevents or inhibits the normal use or management of communication facilities. It disables the networks or overload it with messages. Now the protection of operating system. No protection sensitive producer are run at separate times. Isolation. Each process operates separately from other process with no sharing or communication. These are some of the protection steps that taken by any operating system. It share all or share nothing. The ownership of an object declare it public or private. Shares via access limitation. Operating system checks the permissibility of each access by a specific user to a specific object. Operating system acts as a guard. It shares via dynamic capabilities, dynamic creation of sharing rights for objects. It limits the use of an object. The limit no only access to an object but also the use to which the object may be put. For example, when a user may be able to derive statistical summaries but not to determine the specific data values. Now, how to protect the memory? Security and ensures that the correct function of various processes that are active. User oriented access control. Logon. It requires both a user ID and a password. System not only allow a user to log on if the ID is not known to the system and the password associated with the ID is correct. A user can reveal their password to the other either internationally or accidentally. Hackers are skillful at guessing the password. ID and password file can be obtained. Data oriented access control. It is associated with each user. There can be a user profile that specific permissible operation and file access for different users. Operating system enforces these rules. The database management system control access to specific records or portion of the record. Every operating system contains access matrix and access matrix contains subject, object and access right. Now subject is an entity capable of accessing object. Object is anything to which access is controlled. Access rights. The way in which an object is accessed by a subject are the access rights of that object. This matrix shows how the different user A, B, C have different access rights to files 1, 2, 3 and 4. The user A has ownership reading and writing rights to the file 1 and user B only have reading rights for file 1. Access control list. The matrix decomposed by column. It is a matrix that is decomposed by a column, and for each object an access control list gives the users and their permitted access rights. Access control list. This contains how the different file can be accessed by different users. This contains the permission that is granted to different users, such as user A is owner and it has the permission for reading and writing, but user B can only read the file 1 and user C can read and write the file 1. Now what are capability tickets? It is the decomposition of access matrix by rows. It specifies authorized object and operation for a user. Now this shows how the capability tickets work. Intrusion techniques. The objective of intrusion is to gain access to the system or to increase the range of privileges accessible on a system. The protected information that an intruder acquires is a password or ID. The different techniques for learning passwords are: try default password used by the standard account shipped with the computer, exhaustively try all short password, try words in dictionary or a list of likely passwords, collect information about user and use these items as a password. Techniques for learning passwords: try user's phone number, social security number, room numbers, or try all the legitimate license plate number for this state. Use a Trojan horse to bypass restrictions on the access. Tape the line between a remote user and the host system. ID provides security. It determines whether the user is authorized to gain access to a system or not. It determines the privileges accorded to the user, guest or anonymous. The guest or anonymous accounts have more limited privileges than other. ID is used for discretionary access control. A user may grant permission to files to other by ID. The password and selection strategies. The computer generated passwords. A user had difficulty remembering these passwords, needs to rewrite it down, have history of a poor acceptance. Password selection strategies. The reactive password checking strategy. A system periodically runs its own password cracker to find guessable password. System cancels passwords that are guessed and notifies user. It consumes resources to do this. The hacker can use this on their own machine with a copy of the password file. Proactive password checker. The system checks at the time of the selection if the password is allowable or not. With the guidance from the system, user can select memorable passwords that are difficult to guess. Now this diagram shows the behavior of intruder and authorized user. Intrusion detection. How to detect an intrusion? Assume that the behavior of intruder differs from legitimate user. The statistical anomaly detection. It collects data related to the behavior of legitimate user over a period of time. Statistical tests are used for determining if the behavior is not legitimate behavior. Intrusion detection. It is a rule-based detection. Rules are developed to detect deviation from previous use pattern. The expert system search for suspicious behavior. Audit record. Native audit records all operating system includes accounting software that collect information on user activity, detection, specific audit records, collection facilities can be implemented that generates audit records containing only that information required by the intrusion detection system. Malicious program. Those that needs a host program fragments of a program that cannot exist independently of some application program, utilities or system program. Independent, a self-contained program that can be scheduled and run by the operating system. Malicious programs. Malicious software are of two types: need host programs and independent. Independent contain worm and the zombie programs, and the need host program are the such as trapdoor, logic bomb, trojan horse or virus. Now some of the program that replicates itself are virus, worm and zombies. Now what are trapdoors? The entry point into a program that allows someone who is aware of the trapdoor to gain access. It is used by a programmer to debug and test the programs. It avoids the necessary setup and authentication. The methods to activate program if something wrong with the authentication procedure. Logic bomb. A code embedded in a legitimate program that is set to explode when certain conditions are met. The presence or absence of certain file, particular day of the week, particular user running application. Trojan horse. A useful program that contains hidden code that when invoked performs some unwanted or harmful functions. It can be used to accomplish function indirectly that an unauthorized user could not accomplish directly. User may set file permission so everyone has to do it. Viruses. A program that can infect other programs by modifying them. The modification includes copying of virus program, and the infected program can infect the other program also. Worms. The worms uses network connection to spread from system to system, email facilities, remote execution capabilities, and remote login capabilities. In email facilities, a worm mail of a copy of itself to other system. A worm executes a copy of itself on another system. And in remote login capabilities, a worm logs onto a remote system as a user, then uses the commands to copy itself from one system to other. Now what is zombie process? The program that secretly takes over another internet In zombie process, the program that secretly takes over another internet attached computer, it uses that the computer to launch attack that are difficult to trace to the zombie creator. Now, different virus stages: dormant phase and propagation phase. Dormant phase is for virus ideal. In propagation phase, the virus places an identical copy of itself into other programs or into certain system areas on the disk. Triggering phase. The virus is activated to perform the function for which it was intended. In triggering phase, it causes the variety of system events, execution phase, and the function is performed. Types of viruses: parasitic virus, memory resident virus. The parasitic virus attaches itself to executable file and replicates itself. When the infected program is executed, it looks for another executable to infect. Now the memory resident viruses. It lodges into the main memory as a part of a resident system program. Once in the main memory, it infects every program that is currently executing in the program memory space. Boot sector virus and stealth viruses. Boot sector viruses infects the boot record and spreads when the system is booted from the disk containing the virus. The stealth is designed to hide itself from the detection by antivirus software and may use compression softwares also. Polymorphic virus. Polymorphic viruses mutate with every infection, making detection by the signature of the virus impossible. The mutation engine creates a random encryption key to encrypt the remainder of the virus, and the key is stored with the virus. Now, some of the macroviruses are platform independent, infect document, and easily spreadable. The platform independent viruses are most infect and found in Microsoft Word. The infected document is not executable portion of the easily code. Macroviruses. A macro is an executable program embedded in a word processing document or other type of file. They auto execute themselves. The different type of auto macros are auto execute, auto macro, command macro. Auto execute executes when the word is started. Auto macro executes when defined event occurs such as opening or closing of a document. In command macro, it executes when the user invokes a command such as file save, editing, closing of a file. Different antivirus approaches are detection, identification, and removal of virus. Generic decryption. CPU emulator. The instruction in an executable files are interpreted by the emulator rather than processor. The virus signature scanner scans the target code looking for the known one. The emulation control module controls the execution of the target code. Now, what is digital immune system? It was developed by IBM. The motivation has been in the raising the threat of the internet-based virus propagation, integrating mail system and mobile program system. This diagram shows how the digital immune system works. Email viruses. Email viruses are activated when the recipient opens the email attached. activated by open an email that contains the viruses, uses Visual Basic scripting language, propagates itself to all of the email addresses known to the infected host. Trusted system. It is a multi-level security information organized into categories. No read up, only the read object of a less or equal security level is allowed to read any object or file. No write down, only write object of a greater or equal security level is allowed to write. Reference monitor concept. Now the reference monitor concept checks the audit file, subject's object and its authentication, and what are the permission given to any object. Now how the Trojan horse defense work. When the two programs Bob and Alice, the Bob without Trojan horse and the program Alice with a Trojan horse, try to execute, the Trojan horse keeps a back pocket file with the permission of writing, and in Bob program it keeps the permission of reading and writing only. This diagram again shows how the Trojan horse defense work. The reference monitors. This diagram shows how the reference monitor save us from the Trojan horse program and the genuine program. This diagram shows how the secure operating system stops the Trojan horse program and allows the genuine program with the help of reference monitoring. Now the Windows 2000 security. The access control scheme that contains name, password, access token associated with each process, object indicating privileges associated with the user. Access token contains security ID, group, system ID, and privileges. The security ID identifies a user uniquely across all the machines on the network, and the group ID lists all the groups to which the user belongs. The different privileges list of security sensitive system services this user may call. Access token also contains the default owner and the default ACL. If this process creates another object, this field specifies who is the owner. Default ACL, initial list of all protection applied to any object that the user creates. Security descriptor contains flags, ownership, system access control list, discretionary access control list. Flag defines the type and content of a security descriptor. An owner of the object can generally perform any action on the security descriptor. System access control list contains a specific or what kind of operation on an object should be generated during audit messages. It determines which user and a group can access this object for which operation. Now some of the activities and questions that needs to be performed by students are: they must find out how the Trojan horse work and what is it, and what are access token. Thank you. That's all for this session.